Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is a major departure from the franchise's stealth roots. With Bayonetta developer Platinum Games at the helm, Revengeance is a fast-paced, action-packed sword-fighting game. While it may not be the Metal Gear we know and love, it's still one of the best action titles I've played in the last few years. Combat in Revengeance is highly stylized, and it's certainly not as deep as a game like Bayonetta. Unless you play on the highest difficulty setting, button mashing is often enough to get past normal enemies. More skill and precision is required for boss fights. Parrying and blocking are some of the most important aspects of melee combat in Revengeance. Some will no doubt find this irritating, but I enjoyed it a great deal. I also liked the fact that dodging was off the table, requiring you to really focus on using your sword to ward off incoming attacks. Revengeance also introduces Blade Mode, in which the world temporarily slows down in order for Raiden to slice and dice his enemies into dozens of little pieces. This is also a great way to replenish health. Later on in the game, you can also tap into your darker side, invoking your Jack the Ripper alter ego, which gives you an extra combat boost for a short period of time. There are some annoying camera angle issues, but by and large these are no worse than many other third-person action games, and you get used to the camera controls as you progress. I'm also a little bit ambivalent about the ninja run, which basically allows Raiden to run and jump and slide through obstacles simply by holding down a button and moving forward. In Ninja Run, Raiden can also deflect incoming bullets. It's actually pretty fun and gives you a great sense of freedom, but I think it's wasted on the straightforward level design. The game's real shortcomings are in its lack of variety in both level design and its enemies. While the boss fights largely avoid this pitfall, the rest of the game feels too two-dimensional. There are nowhere near enough different types of enemies, and the levels are too linear and uninteresting. Given how much effort went into making combat look amazing, it's too bad that levels and enemies fell flat. Metal Gear Rising's story is as fast-paced as the game, and is relayed through a number of entertaining cutscenes which more than make up for its ludonarrative dissonance. The story is also pushed forward through conversations between Raiden and various other characters, including your giant AI dog, Wolf. You can skip cutscenes if you want, and you can fast-forward through most conversations. Of course, the story is over the top and absurd and tries too hard to be relevant. The War on Terror and 9/11 are referenced, as are WMDs in Iraq. It all feels a bit out of place in this cyborgian future of PMCs, privatized police forces, and super advanced technology. The final boss is incoherent, though the game is smart enough to state that explicitly, and there's an underlying sense of humor that makes the story more palatable. Raiden himself is a surprisingly fun protagonist. He's in turns earnest and, when his sociopathic alter ego emerges, frighteningly bloodthirsty. But best of all, he's basically a young Clint Eastwood, if Clint Eastwood were a ninja cyborg designed by a Japanese game developer. All the over-the-top action and melodrama is so much more fun when you view the whole thing as a spaghetti western or a Dirty Harry movie. All told, Revengeance is a short but very replayable action title. It's no Metal Gear Solid, but it's a great diversion from the stealth genre that has defined the franchise. Better still, no matter how different the game is from its predecessors, it still feels right at home in the Metal Gear universe. If nothing else, it should keep you busy chopping things up into little pieces until Ground Zeroes comes out.